Hey folks, Short Adventure here. I am down here on my property. In this video, I kind of wanted to do it outside, and I apologize for the wind, but the natural light's always better. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get these turkey spurs to lay down on my hat, but so I'd mentioned a couple times on some of my videos that I was going to do a video on neck knives. How I got started carrying a neck knife and why. But I wanted to do something like some historical stuff on where the neck knives originated from, and who started carrying them, what's the origins of them, So I probably spent 3 hours looking, and I wrote some notes down. Yesterday I spent an hour, and that was on the computer, and that was basically my third hour. So I found a few things, but not a lot, and I was surprised. I did find a conversation on Blade Forums. I found some other stuff, and I googled stuff. I'm trying to get that bug off there for you. So I googled, the origins of a neck knife. I googled history of a neck knife. I googled Native American weapons, Native American knives, Native American neck knives, Native American weapons, American Indian weapons, mountain men knives that they used, just all of these subjects, books on neck knives, and I mean just reading stuff, and what happened was basically the same stuff would pop up. I even googled pictures of Native American knives, pictures of Native American weapons, blah blah blah. So, but this is a half a page out of my Write in the Rain notebook. So what I found out was, in one of the Indians, there's like 3 Indian tribes. One's the Eastern Indian, and I'm not sure what the Eastern Indian is unless it's all the Indians that's in the eastern part of the United States, maybe like the Cherokee, but it says the Eastern Indian woodland neck knives is what they carried, called a woodland neck knife. Sheaths were tanned leather, deer leather. They were made out of deer, of course. They used deer. And American Indian used everything. Like when they killed turkeys for food, they used everything. The feathers, they made the turkey cut. They did it so much with the bones. They made tools and weapons. So, but it also says they put beads. So I did see some old pictures of some Indian knives and knife sheaths, and they all had beads on them. I don't know what the beads were made out of. It couldn't be. It wasn't plastic because they didn't have plastic. So they had to. I'm sure the beads were made out of bone or wood or whatever, and they probably used different dyes from plants. So it says female Indians used neck knives. Female Indians, and I look back to the 1700s. I know my family came here from Ireland in 1724. So, that was early. So in 1776, account of Chippewa and Santee Sioux Indians wearing neck knives. Some neck knives were made of flint, and I know that's a fact because and some of the neck knives, like the mountain men used and all, were made of iron. But I've made a knife out of flint before, and you got to set and get you a couple pieces, and you got to take one piece and hit it and just form it and get it just right, and the flint, when it gets to a certain point, it's razor sharp. I mean, it'll cut you. So you can skin game with them. You can get you a piece about that long. And I did see some pictures online of some old flint knives, and they would fabricate just an old wooden handle, and I'm sure they glued it in there with some kind of pine rosin and wrapped it with some kind of string they made or whatever, you know. It said North American Indians invented neck knives. You know, I don't know how accurate that is. You know, I tend to kind of believe it, but I don't know. They carried, this is the 3 knives that were carried back then. They carried a neck, belt, and garter knife. And I guess a garter knife would be kind of down here on your leg. It also says militiamen used small neck knives. And I know the mountain men, the pioneers used them too. I don't know how much, but they carried, you know, they carried knives on their belt too, the bigger knives. But you know, that's it. That's the only information I got, you know, and I'm not saying how accurate this is. I don't know. You know, it could be real accurate, you know. It may not be, but you know, I did see a couple pictures of a neck knife hanging around an Indian. Now the mountain men, they carried them like this. They didn't carry them upside down. They carried them like this. And a lot of times they put them down in their shirt or just carried them on the outside. But the reason I started carrying a neck knife, and this is the neck knife I started carrying right here. And this is Aora. And it's a Aora Eldris. I think that's how you pronounce it. As you can see. And this thing, you know, it's got a little rust on it. I need to put some more oil on it, but I've had this saltwater fishing in my kayak. So this thing is very sharp. And the reason I started carrying this thing, because it was stainless steel and it's plastic. When I'm kayak fishing, you know, I can just reach here and grab it. I don't have to sit and pull it off here. I can just reach right here and grab it. But something you need to keep in mind is you got to wear one of these little breakaway things, because you don't want to be in a kayak and fall out and get hung, and then you can't, you know, you got this thing doing this. So be smart about it. Be smart about it. Or you can drop it. You can drop it down in your shirt like this, you know, or if you got some kind of overalls on or something, you can just drop it. Well, if I can get it down in there, you can drop it down in your shirt like that. But so this is the one I started carrying, and this is actually, I bought this the first year they came out with these, and I don't remember what year it was, but when I kayak fish, whether it's saltwater, freshwater, this is what I carry. And this is a great neck knife, probably the perfect neck knife. It's got this nice little holster right here. You can see how it lashes on. Now the reason these two are different colors is because I lost the green one. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if it may be in the water. So I bought me another one. Got this one, and I got the sheath for it upstairs. I thought I'd just kind of mix them up. But so this is on a piece of paracord right here. Like I said, you got to have the little break off thing. So this is the first neck knife I started wearing, and what got me started. They're very handy. I mean, I like carrying a neck knife. You know, if you're camping, you go to, you know, like I said, bushcrafters wear them, you know. So it's handy to have around your neck, you know, even camping or hiking or whatever, because it's such an easy access. And you can adjust it however you want to. You know, you can adjust it however you want to wear it. You can wear it longer. You know, you can adjust it, and you know, got it right there. A lot of people carry them for self-defense. You know, and they can just pull them out and do what they got to do. But like I said, a perfect size. It's made in Sweden. It's Aora. But fantastic little neck knife. So sorry, I apologize about my hair, but this hat kind of. So another neck knife that I have worn this before is this Zula, and I've got this in a little bit long just to show you the different lengths. But I've got this Zula, and you can see this sheath is made to wear with your neck or wear on your side. I got this little clip here, but I've also got a leather one I wear on the belt, but scout draw. But this is a good one. This is a great neck knife. Just pull this bad boy out and go to work. I've had this thing for years. It's one of my all-time favorite fixed blades, especially the EDC. Makes a great neck knife. Just carry it right there. I can adjust this thing. You know, I can adjust it however I want it. But like I said, you just got it right here. Pull it out, go to town. So, stick it back in. Like I said, you need to wear one of these break-offs, because it'll move, it'll come out. You can pull it out. I just pulled it out. You can pull this without even, you know, you can adjust it. Wear it however you want to. Pull it out. Go to town. Skin game. Whatever. Just all around carry. The Zula makes a great neck knife. It is. It's a great neck knife. There's a lot of positive things about carrying a neck knife. You know, it kind of keeps your belt free. It's right here where you need it. You know, you just adjust it. See, I just felt this move. So when I pull it, if it gets hung, these are gonna pull out with enough pressure. So that's a good thing. You want that. And then just pull it out as you need it. So this Essie Zula, great neck knife. Great neck knife. I don't normally carry this unless I'm fishing. So before I got this one, I would carry this one on my neck or on my belt, but I like to carry it on my neck, you know. And you can like I said, you can that's what you want to have on there. You know, you can carry this belt or neck, however you want to do it. This one here, like I said, it's the Mountain Man style. And I think I'm gonna make me another sheath for this. I like this sheath actually. It's you know, you can use it either way, either on your belt or just, I've got a nice piece of leather around it. And stay right here. And just reach in here and grab it. I'm gonna use this one turkey hunting because I wear a pair of mossy oak overalls. So I'm gonna use this in turkey hunting. I'm just gonna stick it down in the overalls. But I'll tell you what, man, if you've never tried one of these or used one of these, Southeastern Cutlery, Titusville, PA, this is H20822 1095 steel. And I love this thing, man. I'm not kidding you. I love it. It's got this micarta. It's black camo micarta, I think that's what they call it. But they got one in an orange Delrin, and then they got a tan or a natural micarta one. They're hard to find. They've got 3 blade styles. I know they got a Warncliffe. Then they got like a trying to think of it. Basically like a sodbuster blade, skinning blade, and then they got this muskrat. Call it a muskrat blade, I think is what they call it. It's got your nice lanyard hole. This thing is flawless, man. It's made good. They got another one of these that I was watching, and you can get these for 80 bucks to 90, 95 bucks. I paid 86 for this thing, and I'm thinking, man, for the money, I don't think you're gonna beat this knife. I just don't think you're gonna beat it. I mean, this thing, look at this thing. You're talking about some skinning, getting there and doing some good work. Lightweight EDC knife. I mean, this thing, and I'll show you compared to the Zula. That's it compared to a Zula. The Zula's got more belly in it. But this one's a little bit longer. You could cut your steak with this thing. Cut up food, processed food, whatever you want to do it. I'm telling you, fantastic game knife. Any kind of daily use, you know. You're not going baton with it, so, you know, there's no sense in even trying that. Fits in this holster just nice. But I'm gonna do a little experimenting when I get caught up on my leather. Make me a holster. This one's an 8 ounce. It's an 8 ounce sheath, but it don't. I noticed. Doesn't have a welt anywhere. See, it doesn't have a welt. It's just got the leather folded, which that'll work. You don't necessarily have to have a welt. Welts make it harder to sew. But you can see this thing has GEC on it. It's got this snout or whatever. I could take it or leave it. But yeah, it's a nice looking knife, man. Yep. I tell you what, if you like a fixed blade, get one of these. I've also been carrying this one. Very good knife company, Clayton, Georgia. I've been carrying this one. You can compare the size here. This has got a sheep's foot type blade. And I'm telling you, man, there's some great knife makers out there, and this is one of them. This is one of them. I've been carrying this in a couple of weeks. You know, it's thick. It's a thicker blade. But you know, I'll tell you, man, I'm like, I just don't know which one to carry. You know, I'm kind of leaning to, when I can, carrying a fixed blade instead of a modern folder. I just think a fixed blade's so much better to have. There's another acorn, man. But you know, great knives. But if you've never carried a neck knife, you know, try it out. You know, I mean, I wouldn't walk around out in the public with a neck knife on. You know, but you know how people are like, oh my God, he's gonna kill it. But you know, you can put it under your belt, or you can carry it like that. If you want to carry it, and I've carried them like that before. You can carry it like that, and you know, there you go. So anyway, it's a beautiful day today. The wind's blowing, but I think it's gonna get rid of all the leaves on the trees. Really got a lot of fall colors up here. You can see back there. You can see the fall colors. It's just a gorgeous day, man. Opening deer season's tomorrow. I'm not going to get to hunt tomorrow, and I'm not going to get to go to my grandson's birthday, because we have at 9 a.m. from 9 to 12, we have the Case Country Tour at Johnny's Barbecue. And I think Mr. Curtis is going to be there, him and Miss C. And I think Zen's going to be there, and maybe another guy. So there'll be some pictures and probably a video. So anyway, if you've never carried a neck knife, try it out. Try it out, man. I promise you'll like it. So if y'all like this video, appreciate you to leave a comment. Tell me what you think about neck knives. Tell me what you think about this GEC knife right here, this H20. You can tell me that. And then you can, if you like the channel, I'd appreciate if you subscribe. And leave a comment, hit the bell, hit the like, share the video. So anyway, God bless you. Get outside, man. You're missing out. Have a great day.